clear. I hope this is heard. I tried a minute ago, but my volume was cut. So I hope this time this works. The guy on the thumbnail, he was going by the name William Bill Wooldridge, living at 149 Center Street North here in Napanee, now bald glasses, frequents a loaf and ale, and coffee cravings. He is highly psychotic, highly delusional. He is a child stalker for the ex-OPP chief or commander from here in Napanee from 2019. Highly delusional, highly psychotic once again. He's guilty of stalking and murdering my mother, calling her mom while he was stalking her, phoning her, and threatening her life and mine through her. And he is guilty of murdering her with another guy named Blair Hardy in December of 2020. OPP revenge. I spoke their crimes. I became a victim. He is guilty of stalking. He is guilty of homicides. He's guilty of identity theft. He's guilty of attempted murders. He's highly untouchable, highly unarrestable. I have video showing of me trying to get him arrested and OPP actually surrounding hands on guns to prevent it. Kidnapping me May 27, 2021, 24 hours after asking for help with what has taken place. The day that they forced me to give my blood and my piss for this identity theft, for forgeries, framings, and frauds against me. I have been through full identity changes since this happened to me. I was shot by ex-OPP chief back in December or August of 2019 before he left, not by a bullet, but by something that went into my ear. I started having medical problems. I went to the hospital. I got CAT scans. I was medically blacklisted after that. The lies, time buying, cover ups, arrest refusals, false arrest, kidnapping, sex assault, being falsely charged twice to prevent arresting and charging on cops and doctors for the crimes that they're aiding in criminally and negligently and covering up with and for. OPP Spencer Mills 14716, now allegedly Aurelia, ex-chief or commander once again, guilty of attempted murder he is. So is Spencer Mills, staff sergeant, years 2019, 2021, guilty of sodomy, sex assault, kidnapping, and being involved with this, guilty of attempted murder with intent. Shannon Cork, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston, and Shelley Hafner. They're human traffickers, human sex trade, slavery traffickers. I spoke police crimes, the human homeless trafficking out of the Morning Star mission. As a result, I became a target. The homeless, human trafficking, and homeless exploitation for monetary gain. For 3.5 years, injuring, torturing, I've been skull split, brain injured, lung and kidney damage, falsely arrested, and told now that I cannot go to the hospital no matter what is happening to me, no matter what kind of emergency, unless I get permission from a fucking doctor first before I go to the hospital. They're guilty of very serious crimes, and this is their way to go about covering it up and to get away with it. Like I said, I spoke police crimes. I became a victim. I am the victim here, and the ones that are the criminals are the police, the hospital, the CEO, Wayne Coveyduck, guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit, administration, patient relations, guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit, Dr. Tatiana V., aka Margie V., name and file falsifier, medical blacklister, girlfriend to Stacy, guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit and cover up. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, Dr. McGregor, triage nurses Terry, Tanya, David. They're all very seriously criminal. They're all very seriously negligent with intent against me. Lies about being suicidal and self harmer, not true in any way, shape, or form. Lies about drugs, not true in any way, shape, or form. Justice of the peace laughing in my face, accusing me of being high on marijuana and being high on marijuana and hallucinating, being sodomized because it was done through the police. That was done to obstruct and to prevent arrest. While she looked like she was high on got finished railing a big line of cocaine and smelled of whiskey at 10 o'clock in the morning. Seriously corrupt and needs to be investigated for obstructions and corruptions. How OPP are committing their crimes and getting away with them. Inmates, sex offenders, lies, time buying, cover ups, others that they're given drop charges to for aiding in their crimes, using remote neuro monitoring on victims, police and military, nano microchip implant, lobotomizing their victims while and torturing them while labeling them as being suicidal self harmers and all this other shit to be above suspicion and to get away with the crimes that they're guilty of and committing on victims. This is how OPP are getting away with their homicides. This is how they're getting away with their human trafficking. This is how they are getting away with identity thefts. This is how they are getting away with lobotomizing their victims, how they are getting out of criminal civil lawsuits, transferring, using badges, positions, lies, false guise of law to be above suspicion of the crimes they're guilty of. Every single cop name needs to be arrested and criminally felony charged, along with the guy on the thumbnail who was allegedly also Hells Angels Ontario chapter captain. And he is guilty of stalking, he's guilty of murders, he's also a pedophile. Highly untouchable, highly unarrestable. Along with Blair Hardy, who is the boyfriend allegedly to Spencer Mills. He's a drug trafficker, drug lacer, guilty of rapes, guilty of multiple homicides with and for OPP here in Napanee. There is Tyler T. Bag Lake, guilty of homicides, attempted homicides, and murdering my dog. Jason Gimpy Two Step and Elstein, guilty of homicides and attempted homicide on me, and murdering my dog and being involved with this identity theft on me. Ray, a guy that has a white pit bull, guilty of attempted murder and guilty of being involved with killing my dog Runt as well. Tony Hearns and Dale Hartwick, guilty of attempted murder with and for the police for drop charges. This is being done to me mostly by Tyler T. Bag Lake, a meth head here in Napanee, and Jason Gimpy Two Step and Allstein, and Blair Hardy. I seen yesterday he is hiding out across from, or he is hiding out up around on Center Street around Video 99. There's no one drug houses up there beside Video 99 here on Center Street, and that's where he's hiding out. I seen him coming out of there yesterday. Between there and probably the crack shack on Center and Thomas Street, where the obese woman lives, and down on Water Street as well, between there and Ray Ray's. This is where they frequent. This is where they're all hiding out. They are money fed. They are money paid, drug fed untouchables here in Napanee for about approximately 5 months or so because of being injured and damaged and not being able to get help. I have no feeling or stimulation at all in my head, only electricity. I have no feeling or stimulation. I've been completely and totally skull and body split. When I eat, my food goes to the right side of my body, not my stomach. I'm being decayed from the inside. I've had my testicles tortured to blood. I've had my anus tortured to blood, fully deformed. not being taken serious, not being able to get help because of the lies against me, and this is how they're getting away with it. Families are murdered and missing. It is the police involved doing it above suspicion. I'm the end of my bloodline, and conveniently, all of this is illegal for police revenge. There's nothing I can do about this. There's nothing I've been able to do about it. I've been blocked and stopped every step of the way so they could get away with it. This is how they're murdering above suspicion, using these pieces of shit while being behind it all. The human sex trade, slavery trafficking, the murders, and all of it. And they don't have to answer for nothing. Nobody does. While complete families and bloodlines are being killed with proof. And they have criminal doctors to aid them in covering up. They're washing the police hands. The police are washing the doctors' hands and covering up for each other, using their badges, positions, credentials, and everything else to get away with it. Okay, I hope this is being seen and I hope it's being shared and I hope it's being taken very serious because I can 100% prove everything I've said by whom, how, and why since 2019. And conveniently, I've not been able to do a thing about it, not been able to get arrested because, well, it's the police and all of these are legal here. I guarantee you there is a big, deep rabbit hole in Napanee that needs to be dug up for pedophilia, for human trafficking, for sex slavery trafficking, and for murders, lies, cover ups right from the police, the doctors, justice of the peace, and the inmate pieces of shit that they will not touch and cannot touch because they can implicate and also because they're committing these crimes for them. Be safe, everybody. Love all, hate none. Damage is done one way or another. You are going to pay for this, and it will be proven, you bastards, no matter how much time you buy. This will be proven. I had no problems, neurological or other, prior to being shot by XOPP chief. And then the bullshit began. Chris Wood, love all, hate none, be safe, watch yourselves, watch your children, watch your parents. They have no problem murdering for revenge and using pieces of shit and garbage to do it while collecting life insurance. And this is also about financial thefts and frauds too, welfare and disability, pension thefts and frauds as well, identity thefts and bank thefts and frauds and forgeries. The police you think you know. Be safe, everybody. Murder charges will come for the cops and the rest of the bastards involved. The doctors, you're not above the law. Neither is Wooldridge, Hardy, Lake, or whatever, regardless of what you were told by OPP. You are murdering for them and killing entire bloodlines, and they are getting away with it using you fucking bastards. Damage is done. Lennox and Addington Hospital, you are nothing more than a place to cover up OPP crimes and homicides for yourselves and for cops. You are fucking low lives, not having to answer for nothing.